Hi, everybody. We're going to get started on The Magic Tree House, book number 21, which is Civil War on Sunday by Mary Pope Osborne. So I'm going to start off with the little synopsis on the back, because remember, that's how we like to choose really good books. I'm going to read that to you first. Cannon fire. That's what Jack and Annie hear when the Magic Tree House whisks them back to the time of the American Civil War. There, they meet a famous nurse named Clara Barton and do their best to help wounded soldiers. It is their hardest journey in time yet, and the one that will make the most difference in their own lives. And if you're not familiar, if this is your first Magic Tree House book, I'm going to go ahead and read the prologue so it kind of sets the tone and introduces you to Jack and Annie a little bit. One summer day in Frog Creek, Pennsylvania, a mysterious tree house appeared in the woods. 8-year-old Jack and his 7-year-old sister Annie climbed into the treehouse. They found that it was filled with books. Jack and Annie soon discovered that the treehouse was magic. It could take them to the places in the books. All they had to do was point to a picture and wish to go there. Along the way, Jack and Annie discovered that the treehouse belongs to Morgan Le Fay. Morgan is a magical librarian of Camelot, the long-ago kingdom of King Arthur. She travels through time and space gathering books. In Magic Treehouse books 5 through 8, Jack and Annie help free Morgan from a spell. In books 9 through 12, they solve 4 ancient riddles and become master librarians. In Magic Treehouse books 13 through 16, Jack and Annie had to save 4 ancient stories from being lost forever. In Magic Treehouse books 17 through 20, Jack and Annie freed a mysterious little dog from a magic spell. In Magic Treehouse books 21 through 24, Jack and Annie have a new challenge. They must find 4 special kinds of writing for Morgan's library to help save Camelot. They were about to set off to find the first of these. Chapter 1, A Light in the Woods. Jack looked out his window. It was a dreary Sunday afternoon. There were dark clouds in the sky. Thunder rumbled in the distance. Jack stared down the street at the Frog Creek Woods. When is the Magic Treehouse coming back? He wondered. Hey, guess what? Annie said. She charged into Jack's room. I saw a flash of light in the woods. It was just lightning, said Jack. No, it was magic, a swirl of light, said Annie. I think the treehouse just came back. I'm sure it was just lightning, Jack said. Didn't you hear the thunder? Yeah, said Annie, but let's go check anyway. She started out of Jack's room. Then she peeked back in. Bring your backpack just in case, she said. Jack was always glad for a chance to look for the Magic Tree House. He grabbed his backpack and followed Annie down the stairs. Where are you two going? Their mom called. Out to play, said Annie. Don't go far, said their mom, and come back in if it starts to rain. We will, said Jack. Don't worry. They slipped out of the front door. Then they ran up the street and into the Frog Creek Woods. The woods were dark under the storm clouds. A cool wind shook the leaves. Soon Jack and Annie came to the tallest oak tree. Oh, man, said Jack, you were right. The Magic Tree House stood out against the gray sky. Morgan, called Annie. There was no sign of the enchantress. Well, let's go up, said Jack. He grabbed the rope ladder and started up. Annie followed. They climbed into the tree house. It was hard to see in the dim light. Look, said Annie. She pointed to a piece of paper and a book lying on the floor. Jack picked up the paper. Annie picked up the book. Listen, said Jack. He held the paper close to the window and read aloud. Dear Jack and Annie, Camelot is in trouble. To save the kingdom, please find these 4 special kinds of writing from my library. Something to follow, something to send, something to learn, something to lend. Thank you, Morgan. Camelot is in trouble, said Jack. What's that mean? Well, I don't know, said Annie, but we better hurry and find these writings. Let's go look for the first. Something to follow. I wonder where we should look for it, said Jack. What's the title of the book you're holding? Annie held the book close to the window to read the title. Yikes, she said softly. She showed the book to Jack. On the cover was a painting of a peaceful-looking field and a blue sky. The title said, The Civil War. The Civil War, said Jack. Cool. Annie frowned. Cool, she said. War's not cool. Well, it sort of is, Jack said uncomfortably. He knew war was bad, but some parts of it seemed fun, like a game. Well, I guess we'll find out, said Annie. She pointed to the cover. I wish I could go there. Thunder boomed through the woods. The wind started to howl. The trees started to spin. They spun faster and faster, then everything was still. Absolutely still. Chapter 2 is next.